Hey, Bandit Racing League viewers, Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you about BanditRacingLeague.com, your place for all things Bandit Racing League information. Check out any of the pages on the site, including the schedule, to find out where we'll be the rest of Season 13. You can also check out the broadcast page to see past and future Simtrax broadcasting productions of the BRL. You go to our About page and you can sign up and learn more about the series and maybe be one of our newest drivers in Season 14. You can also go to our point standings to find out who's on the cutoff line to make the Season 13 playoffs, and finally see the results of our most recent race. Best of all, it's got links to Geezer Authentics as well as our live broadcasts, so you can get all your Bandit content.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our Simtrax broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster, with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to SimTrack's broadcast. And we're coming here to you live tonight at Richmond Raceway. Excellent race I am hoping for here tonight. But if we want to shuffle it up a little bit and talk about crazy already, we are sitting here looking at the Bandit Racing League, kicking it off here in the 87s as we were watching Benjamin Lacey going ahead and snapping that car on around as he finished his last qualifying lap. Yes, oddly enough, taking the pole sideways. Yeah, I know, that sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? But he ended up passing that start-finish line with the fastest time here of the night with a 23:37 over top of Brett Guzik and John Osborne sitting 1, 2, and 3. So right now his Pontiac doing an awesome job sitting in the number one spot, and we'll see how he fares here tonight. Paul Wilson out there in his Buick doing a little couple extra laps, looking to see if, yes, Cody Welch is out there on the track. We'll see how he does. Do want to note, anybody you see out there with a bright green spoiler, you can't miss it on the red, white, and blue car, that is a playoff driver. So these guys will be out there racing here tonight, and that's going to be our big show here tonight as we get our playoffs kicked off here and a few extra things squeezed onto the track. Guys, I'm wondering, are they going to survive here tonight? That would be my biggest question. And Stella will be joining alongside me here tonight for the Magothy HR Consulting 113. We're going to be kicking it off. 113, of course, that being a 70% fuel limit. Fortunately, they'll have 4 sets of tires down in the pit with the one faster pair. This, of course, being a fixed setup league. And Stella will be joining alongside me tonight. And Nicole Crazel, Bradley Shin doing their best here, of course, up there in the race control booth. I would say that 67-degree temperature out there on the track is going to be their friend here tonight. Oddly enough, you hear me say before, when drivers get out here at Richmond Raceway, that the biggest thing they battle out there is either track temperature and some tire wear. When they ended up practicing out there during the hot part of the day, these cars were hardly able to stay even close to attach to the track. A lot of guys spinning out, a lot of guys having some trouble out there, and that's definitely what you don't want to see, especially right here at the beginning. Guys are going to be getting mashed up, and we don't want to really see that. And I'm fortunate that we are here enough during Richmond, where most of the races do take place, is at nighttime. So man, oh man, did the temperature fall off about 40 degrees here. That's about right there for Virginia temperature, as it goes from hot to freezing cold in a blink of an eye. Stella, I know Richmond Raceway, a little bit of banking out there is good enough to get these guys turning through, but that turn entrance is going to be a killer here. They've got to get a right angle heading on in, and then the way they end up with a beautiful turn exit, which is critical here, especially in the 87s, where you have so much power and so little connectivity out there, talking about traction-wise to the back of the car.
Yeah, the turns here are only 14 degrees, so if you're coming off of Daytona in their 30s, you're going to have a lot more, or need a lot more control on your throttle, as you say. Front stretch and back stretch are 8 degrees and 2, respectively. But we do have a nice 64-foot wide D-shaped oval here. So they've got some maneuvering room.
All right, Richmond Raceway being tough out there for a lot of drivers. I know Tony Stewart has had some decent luck here at this racetrack. Everybody out there in the chat, everybody asking what out there. I see Redmond asking what was the fuel run. Yep, we're going to be kind of squeezing it out here. We'll take a look here and kind of weigh our options. I see with the 87s, 70%, we actually may be looking at about 70 laps. These guys will be able to go on fuel, so there is a possibility of a one-stop race here tonight. I would hinge that comment on whether or not we have a bunch of cautions. I'm hoping we don't, but we've got a lot of power. We got a really short track, and I've got about 20 guys out there, so really anything can happen. I know short track-wise, Jackson Knock has been pretty strong out here, out there in that 00 Chevrolet. We'll see how he can do in the OxyClean machine to work his way up to the front. Now, I don't think he'll have any problem doing it, but hopefully he doesn't end up knocking doors off as he makes his way on through the field. Right now I see out there, even in the chat, Redmond rooting on the number 7 out there of Benjamin Lacey. Not bad for him going ahead and knocking down the pole position here tonight. And Kelly Queel out there rooting on Kevin. We got this. I do want to thank everybody out there while I have the time here. Simtrax Broadcasting has broken past the 800 subscriber mark. So we have reached our next landmark here of the broadcast station. Pretty excited. I would love to see 1,000 if we can make it by the end of the year. Very tough to do, especially here when we're driving around in circles here, Stella. But man, oh man, I do appreciate each and every one of you going ahead and throwing out your subscription out there and showing your appreciation of what we can do here in the booth. So awesome job. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I hope Fan Appreciation Night treated you all well last week, as we definitely had a great race there as well. Now, Stella, this Richmond Raceway is being a little tough here tonight as we'll be driving under the lights. The Geico restart zone that we're taking a look at right there, that is going to be an extremely tough part, seeing that pit entry is about impossible to line up for. If these tires get worn down, if they do make it 70 laps under green, that takeoff from the Geico restart zone is almost on the exit of turn number 4. So they will actually be at a crooked angle trying to take a jump start off that line, and that is something I am hoping some of these drivers have taken into account when they get this race started here, that if you are sitting somewhere, let's say 15th, you're still in turn number 3. And I think trying to plant, 700, 800 horsepower to the ground while turning, that we're already looking at possible a lot of trouble out there.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I was concerned, like you say, with the placement of pit road being so tight on these turns. I think we may have some people taking little chunks out of the wall on the way in because they really need to line that up. Hopefully they practice that during their practice time right before this race. If not, it might be exciting.
Yeah, definitely exciting. Oddly enough, you're talking about taking chunks out of the wall. Kind of weird that you would say that, seeing that looking at Darlington, everyone earns the Darlington stripe, but no one ever says, hey, do you go out there and earn your Richmond stripe? And then you will see a few guys smacking off the wall here. And I would think it would be just the same, but I would wonder as well what in the world these guys are thinking when they get out there onto the track, how these cars are going to be feeling, and if they're going to be ready to go. They have had plenty of practice here, so they should be kind of teeter-tottering a little bit, whether they're going to really hammer down here and try to take most of this track aggressively, or if guys are going to sit back and kind of let this race come to them. Lay back, kind of let, run the race, get a good feel for what they're doing out there. Or are we going to have guys really trying to plow through, trying to get their way to the front? I mean, we've seen Cody Welch. He almost looks like he challenges himself by sitting in the back of the field to start the race and then works his way through the field. And so far, he's been coming in some top 3 positions and hard fought, too. I mean, it's impressive. And I would say it does show a lot of, what is the word I'm looking for here, Stella? A lot of well-rounded racing. I mean, I'm not saying strength out there of the field, but it's how he's able to fight through. Guys who can dive bomb, guys who can ride the top, guys who can ride in the center. And he's able to sit there and change his line, play his cards right, get the right pit stop, and get his way back up to the front.
Yeah, well, I would venture to say that's probably why he's sitting in the driver's standings in the number 1 position, followed by Benjamin Lacey and Connor Gibson. But yeah, I'd love to see racing, not just quite following each other around. I'm not always looking for the wrecks, even though I said, yeah, we'll have fun getting a wall. But considering this track is like from 1946, you would think that they would have made the comment or made the idiom about getting a stripe at this track versus any other, because it's been around a while.
Yeah, this thing was repaved, I believe, not too long ago. I'm not saying, within the last 5 years or so, but I believe in the last 15 or so, it had gotten some new fresh pavement out there, a lot of a facelift, especially after Dale Earnhardt kind of met the wall there at Daytona, so the safer barrier walls came in and a lot of things changed. Richmond was much needed with that extra 2 to 3 feet that they could have used on turn exit, and that is no longer. Now with these, each and every track is squeezed down a bit, so the guys who had been racing out there on the track had been so used to being able to have so much track, a lot wider of a turn, a lot higher of an entry as they sweep down into the turns has now been wiped away, and they're going at it yet again.
Well, you figure this track did start out as a dirt track like many of the oldies did. But it's been paved since 1968, to become an asphalt surface. But you were looking at its most recent paving, that was 2004. So we are looking at already a 24, 25 year old pavement, and or I should say 20-year-old pavement. Hence, this is supposed to be a pretty good tire wear track. It's supposed to eat them up pretty good.
Awesome job. Awesome. I'm excited to see these guys get going here. We're looking at probably another minute and a half before we get them gridding up. So they are going ahead and laying down a little more time out there on the track. See how they can feel. I would recommend some of these guys try to take a shot into pit road and get used to, if there is a green flag stop here, to make sure that they can enter pit road without giving a quick kiss off the barrels. Which may be pretty tough. I know Bill Harkins, oh man.
Look at Bill. I can see him tonight.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's not fighting. I knew he's still, to this day, still fighting some mechanical issues out there with his vehicle and his rig right now, so that is not looking good. That is Brett Guzik. Yeah, a little nudge off the wall. Boy, can we find a camera angle out there, producer, is not showing somebody mangling their car? Let's go. Here we go. All right.
Let him get all those butterflies and mangles out of the way, and then we'll go to a good, clean race.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. That's Ethan Sikorsky out there in the 94 Chevrolet. Going ahead and wrapping around here. We want to give a shout out there to our sponsor here of the race, Magothy HR Consulting. 113 is what we're going to be kicking off here tonight. We'll see how well this track goes here in Virginia. So right now as they run on through here in Hamlin County, they've been doing a great job. Guys are definitely getting a good feel. Bob Berry out there in the 75 Tide machine. You won't be able to miss him. There's another green spoiler out there. And we are getting lined up. All right, Jay out there. Yep. Hey, Jay. All right, Jay also from Virginia as well. Head, come on. Where are our guys? Where are our guys? Yeah, get out there on the track. Get out there. It's time. We want to thank Benjamin Lacey for going ahead and making this fine music that you guys hear in the background. But now it's time for the grid walk here. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how this race is going to kick off here tonight. With Sean Britt in the number 1 spot and Cody Welch sitting 2. Both Chevrolets will be starting this race from the front row. Benjamin Lacey will be starting in 3rd. You see his number 7 right there in the background. That Pontiac, not bad. As Brett Guzik's Ford will be starting 4th. John Osborne sits 5th as Brandon Jackson is our 6th place driver in the number 99. Boy, fast. I'm hoping we don't see him seesaw out there on the track. He's been shuffling all over the place, and this hopefully will be his race. He can hang out here in the top 5. But Jackson knocking Eddie Haggy sitting right behind him, and expect Eddie Haggy to have a lot of speed here tonight. He's had some success here at Richmond, and he's looking to continue it. And moving on, Ethan Sikorsky's 9th, Connor Gibson, our 10th place driver, Ricky Hart, he's 11th, and Paul Wilson rounding out the top 12. Moving on through, let's go ahead and take a look at Bob Berry and Carter Phillips, who are sitting down in 13th and 14th positions out there. They're going to get this one kicked off from the back of the field, but not as far back as David Lakey sitting 15th. Kevin Foster doubling up his normal qualifying position of 8th, now to 16th. Bill Harkins, yep, he's got it moving though, as it looks like his sitting in the number 17 spot is where he'll be starting in both race control out there. Yep, they took some laps around here to find out how it was going to feel. Drivers might seesaw just a little bit out there, trying to see if they could stay attached here to this track. So that way they knew what to expect. Pace car lights are off. We will go around one more time. We will be under green. Yep, you'll be used to seeing how the number 5 there in the yellow and blue on this car. It does look a little bit like Dale Earnhardt's car when he rode the number 3 Goodyear machine. So that does look rather familiar. That is the Weathermaster and LAT Racing Oils that you see currently sitting out there. Sean Britt, not bad, getting a pole start here tonight. That's going to work out really well for him, and I got to admit, you start on that front row and you get to take that green flag for the first time, you got to get pretty excited out there. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited. Getting ready to get this one kicked off here. Lap number 1, here we go. Sean Britt getting a decent breakaway out front here as lap number 1 does complete, but side by side he's going to go here with Cody Welch. Welch trying to hold it to the inside here, and Britt's going to lose it. Welch takes a number 1 spot here, and let's see how he does out there in the Apex Racing Machine. Out front he goes. Guzik sitting in 3rd. That gives him 1 position gained over top of Benjamin Lacey, who's currently holding that bottom line. Welcome to Short Track Racing, everybody. This is going to be pretty quick out here as guys have been shuffling through the field. They'll find exactly how they want to do it. A driver who's fallen off the table, though, is John Osborne, down to the 15th position. Now that's going to hurt. He's going to have a long way to go to get back up to the front. That's 10 down from where he originally started up there in the top 5. Brandon Jackson losing some positions as well as he is coming down pit road. Something's wrong here. Stella, see if you can find out what's going on with the 99 Ford out there. Currently heading down into the pit road area. Bad luck here for the 99 machine as we are still under green for a moment. Hard shot here. Guzik into Lacey. Lacey down on the bottom, and we are all over the place. First caution coming out here of the night. All right, Jennifer out there, you're late, but just in time. First caution does come out. Cody Welch has the lead, and right now, I guarantee you, the number 7 out there is not getting his playoffs the way he wanted them. That was awful out there how that happened. Stella, any word on Brandon Jackson out there?
Yes, he is actually first responder, and he just got a call. He has to head out on his patrol.
All right, good man. Brandon Jackson, we wish you luck, and whoever you're going out there to take care of, we wish them luck as well. Benjamin Lacey and Brett Guzik, part of this one. I don't know who that second car was who got caught up in this. Let's take another look at it. I don't know if something happened to Lacey's car and he went up. Boy, I think that was Eddie Hagge.
Oh, no.
No, that was Ethan Sikorsky.
Okay. Oh, no, anyway.
No, that was close. No, I thought we had the 97. That was actually the 94 who got caught up in this one. Good question. What got Benjamin Lacey so sideways in this one? We see Benjamin Lacey up front. Oh, it's like his car just let go and started heading up the track.
My goodness. Yeah, took a little of everybody with him. That is rough for 2 playoff drivers.
Yeah, 110%. And I hate to see both of them are going to be heading down pit road. We'll see how Ethan Sikorsky fares. Benjamin Lacey not doing good. The front end That thing is gone. I don't know maybe if he had a mechanical error, because you saw he didn't fire that car up and get it going again. He was immediately stopped and then towed. So I don't know if Lacey has now had a problem. There was an iRacing update before the race here tonight. So I don't know if something has blinked out or caused a problem there. See Ethan Sikorsky out there and see if we can get anything close. If he did, and he's okay. Not bad. But Stella, remember, we do have a faster pair here. So seeing Lacey down pit road so early, so long, I would assume he would be able to come back. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying this actually may be more than we are expecting here for Benjamin Lacey.
Yeah, I am wondering whether he perhaps forgot his fast repair, or if maybe he's counting on needing it again this evening.
Towing under caution does cost you about 4 minutes here. Pace laps are sitting currently at 52 seconds. So he may end up 4 to 5 laps down before he can return. So let's see Cody Welch and Sean Britt swapping places here. Let's see if Sean Britt can come out on top. Wow. Great launch here by Cody Welch. And that's going to move us on through. Yep. Side by side, they're going to go. Watch Eddie Hagge down on the bottom. I told you he was looking good. Terrible qualifying time. Still a top 10 start, but Hagge trying to work his way up, and he'll be to the inside of Brett Guzik as Guzik gets a great run off that back run. Going off the backstretch here. Brett Guzik close to the wall. Little nudge. Guzik does capitalize, though, as he gets around Eddie Hagge. Hagge trying to stick his fender back in there, and his Chevrolet is not going to be able to do it. Watching Cody Welch trying to pull away from Sean Britt here. We've got guys almost single file there, and that should be pretty good out there as these guys need to start ticking some laps off. Lap number 10 coming to an end. Cody Welch leading the race. Out in front by a quarter of a second over top of Sean Britt, but do not count anybody out. Right now, yes, Cody Welch may have the lead, but wow, Brett Guzik sends it in a little too hot. And see if he can capitalize here. Yes, he does. Not bad. Great pivot there.
Oh, yeah.
But Stella, if he is looking to tire save here tonight, I can't 100% agree that it may be the tire saving angles he's taking there. Notice how he dives in so much deeper into the turn, gets the speed, has to check up, but he is able to drive through the turn on the way out. So Brett Guzik taking a bit different line than everybody else as he is able to get a lot of speed heading into the turns. I've seen strategies like that work at Richmond. But when his tires wear out, he is not going to have enough stopping power when it is time and the tires start wearing down. But that shouldn't matter as we are back under caution here.
Yes. Yes, we are.
It looks like Carter Phillips is around, and I'm thinking we may have looped this one here. The 30 Chevrolet. It looks like a Monte Carlo is involved. Let's take a look. Nope. A little nudge there.
Might have had a little help.
Yep. Ethan Sikorsky dodging yet another. I was to say, I'm trying to... Was that Kevin Foster? A little bit of a different paint scheme here tonight. Yes, that is Kevin Foster here. Notice how hot those rotors are.
Yes.
And that may be a little bit of our failure here.
It looks like they're on a road course with that.
Yeah, but taking a look at Kevin Foster's line, it didn't look like he was doing any dive bombing out there, and Carter Phillips just got caught. Yeah, right now out there in the chat, Matt Crockett is agreeing with me out there, saying the tires are going to be angry out there on the 04. Brett Guzik out there. So we may see Brett Guzik actually pit a little bit early to try to change things up a little bit, or if he is able to move the entire track. Notice he didn't have any problems getting down or getting higher or anything like that. So he is able to go ahead and keep running the line that he is. Right now, currently holding in that third spot. Eddie Hagge's been taking a peek, trying to see if he can sneak on through. Yeah, Redmond out there saying it should be 3 minutes for a tow. Yeah, regardless, it's still looking here. Benjamin
Yikes.
Lacey, that should be mobile.
Well, he did come out in 2 minutes 54 seconds. So,
Yeah, but breaking down. I mean, 3 laps down. Brandon Jackson is a lap down showing currently. Right now, Benjamin Lacey is wrecked before Brandon Jackson. So here, oddly enough, under this caution, I believe Brandon Jackson would end up getting the lucky dog here.
yes.
And he is not here to take his lucky dog position. So Benjamin Lacey looks like he's going to be out of luck here, getting one of his laps back. But still, a second caution here of the night on lap number 16. He probably will have plenty of time here.
Yeah, well, we did have 8 cautions last week at Talladega in the same 113 laps. Now, mind you, that was a much longer lap, but still.
Yep, Matt Crockett asking how much damage there on the 8 car. We are looking off the side here. John Osborne's car looks like the number 8 seems to be good to go. Remember, these cars are pretty tough out there, so they should have the ability to get it going. Here's the restart. Notice how it's on the turn. Guy's going to have a little bit of accordion. Looks like a missed shift.
Oh, yes.
Holy cow,
goodness.
that was a bad run here. I believe that should be the number 28 out there of Ricky Hart. Might have missed 4th gear there trying to get going, or had a huge amount of wheel spin. But that took the outside line and scrubbed it. And Ricky Hart is now going to go back and join Ethan Sikorsky as he's finally breaking back in the top 10.
And we're back under caution.
Yep, Eddie Haggy is caught up in this one. Right now, it looks like guys are just overdriving the cars right now.
Yeah.
There's not
Patience
enough
is a
heat
virtue.
getting into the tires, which oddly enough, they've got to slow down a little bit. The track is cool, but the tires need to get warm enough to make them work. And we just are not getting enough laps down before things start getting loose out there. Let's take a look at our next caution. This will be number 3 here. Brett Guzik looking good. Whoa!
Oh, wasn't Haggy.
No, Paul Wilson
It
gets
was
in there a
Paul
little
Wilson.
too deep. And then it snaps to the
Okay.
side on him. But that's what one of those. See, there was no heat in the tire, so as he goes to dive in, nothing stuck, and it ended up just sliding him through the turn.
Goodness gracious.
Yep. So still, once again, another caution. Benjamin Lacey will not be getting a lap back here.
He's got to get 2 laps or 3 laps back before he can be in front of Brandon Jackson.
Yes.
But you noticed Brandon Jackson is rolling.
Yes.
I'm confused.
Me too.
Okay.
So Brandon Jackson is actually out there. This should be the lucky dog around. So back onto the
Okay.
lead lap will be Brandon Jackson. That means Benjamin Lacey will get his opportunity to get back out there.
Now, my question is, we have seen a particular person could not make qualifying in time and had his mother drive to qualify for a race. I would be
Who was that, Jacob
very
Malone?
amused. I would be very amused if he has a substitute right now.
All right, Bill Harkins looks like he's at a stop here, getting going again. I do want to thank LAT Racing Oils for sponsoring our cautions here tonight. Definitely going to get their money's worth here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if Magothy HR Consulting gets me for that one.
Ah.
A little verbal
Well,
assault.
speaking of which, since they are the race sponsor this week, we might as well give them a quick shout out because they're a cool family business that offers career coaching and human resource services to small businesses. So if you're interested in some of these services, go to magothyhrconsulting.com, fill out a small questionnaire about your needs, and they will set up a free, confidential 15-minute introductory call. So again, that's magothyhrconsulting.com. And thank you for sponsoring this week's race.
Yeah. All right. Gonna get back going here in just a moment. Drivers are getting lined up. double file again here. And we'll be getting this one back underway. Cody Welch probably in the safest position on the track, although that wreck was happening behind him.
Brett Guzik says, don't get too comfortable.
Yep. Brett Guzik pretty excited as he'll be starting just on the outside. He's got to be on that loud pedal soon. And that is the second time we've seen Cody Welch get a great start there, and he does wait till his car is lined up straight with that start-finish line, and that pays off for him. Away he goes. As our caution does come to an end here, looking to see is, wow, I don't think it was able to clear the screen there before we ended up back under caution. Paul Wilson involved in this one.
My goodness.
I don't know if you noticed that, Stella. Did you look up at the top of the tower?
Yes.
It went to move.
It
went
was
halfway.
going away.
Went, no.
And it came back.
No.
Psych. All right. Well, in happy thoughts, Benjamin Lacey gets a lap back. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Brett Guzik has chosen to come into pit lane, however.
Matt Crockett is suggesting that Brandon Jackson's dog is driving the car right now.
Ah, alrighty. Well, he wasn't in a wreck.
Yeah. All right, pit stops are happening for some. Carter Phillips has been down once already, down on lap number 13, as well as Kevin Foster. I think they went down to double check and make sure nothing was bent up with this. Paul Wilson came down on lap number 19. Yes, Brett Guzik. That is actually Brett Guzik down in pit road.
As well as Eddie Hagge.
Yep, well, this will be Eddie Hagge's second visit. And we're seeing how long it's going to take. Pit stops do take a bit here in these cars, about 21 to 24 seconds.
Really?
Yep.
That is a long time.
Well, it was fast for back then. Heck, if you even wheel back to the, watching the 68 races back at Daytona, those pit stops took almost 3.5 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But they have the little spinning tire irons.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there were no impact guns. There were no impact guns. All right, fourth caution here of the night. I think we're running an average of 7.5 laps here. I think less than that. But that's all right. Hopefully they'll clean it up here. Remember, they do give them a faster pair, but not a unlimited supply.
Believe it or not,
Go ahead.
a pneumatic impact wrench, was invented in 1925.
Was it sufficient enough? I mean, was it?
In 1939, Chicago Pneumatic designed and manufactured the world's first impact wrench with both pneumatic and electric versions. And it was used in the automotive industry during World War II.
Say,
God,
girlfriend.
I love having Google for brains.
All right. Get this one back underway here. In just a moment. Yep, there it is. Green flag. Lap number 28 underway here, led by Cody Welch. Yes, still Cody Welch, as he is out front. Seems to be working out okay for him so far, as he has been on a charge here. He got up front and has not looked back yet.
I wouldn't look back anytime soon either.
Yep. Oh, some guys' eyes are closed here, trying to keep it on the track. As we see shuffling back there, almost nudging there. Yep, there it is.
We go. Oh, man. Connor Gibson taken down.
Oh, still. Ethan Sikorsky around. Sean Britt trying to come to a stop. Figure out why. Looked like Sikorsky wasn't stopping there. Come on, guys. All right, what's going on here?
Caution was out, so
caution
Sean
coming
Britt
out.
going back up.
Yeah, already getting loose. You see the 31
Yes.
snapping to the side
Oh, yeah.
there. So, yeah,
He
he came
is.
in way too soon.
All right, so
Oh,
Knock goes around him.
ow.
Oof.
That's the 81 straight to the door. So, John
John
Osborne.
Osborne.
Yep. And then Sean Britt here. I want to keep our eyes on Sean Britt right here at the end and see what happened.
Between him and Sikorsky.
Yeah, because that was kind of an odd angle here. Okay, so Britt survives. Knock with an excellent dodge.
Yes.
Oh, and then Sikorsky, I don't think even saw him.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I don't think Sikorsky even saw him. Hey,
Sean
buddy,
Britt
we're not in
was
the
just
dirt. Turn your crew chief back on.
minding his own business.
All right.
Rough.
This is one back underway here. Right now, pit stops are happening again. I would definitely say this is a good time and a choice to do it. We are seeing these guys definitely having a rough night here so far for some of them.
Yes.
Especially a lot of our playoff drivers. I think that would be
Agreed.
the part that would probably hurt my feelings if I was out there driving is man, I made it. What? Stop wrecking into me. You know? Hopefully we'll see it. Also, if we have Matt Crockett out there, somebody for God's sakes tell me what you're not doing out here on the track, man. Let's get your butt out here. Let's knock down some laps out here. All right. Looking to see. Mr. Sikorsky made it into the playoffs. Wow. All right, we're getting back underway here in just a moment, kind of keeping our eyes on the number 5 out there to see if anything's going on kind of funny with him. We got knocked into the wall there.
I just noticed Jay says that he's getting paid in milk bones. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness.
7, 8, 9, 10.
So now Sean Britt should have been up front because of when the caution was called, but is he now back here because of a pit stop? Or he just likes being right next to Connor Gibson?
What an insane question. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not sure. All right. Cody Welch getting kicked off here. Hopefully off caution there for a little bit. Yep, Bob Berry just felt the cold tires there, was able to save it. And I feel our next trouble is going to be here as Foster sending it to the inside. 3 wide into 3.
Oh.
Right now, Brett Guzik might be in a bad spot, too. If I were Bob Berry, yep, there you go. You might want to get out of that situation. If the wreck's going to happen, it's going to be at the bottom. And normally that rotates up to the top. You'll never know until you smush near the wall, and there it goes.
Oh, man. Paul Wilson again?
Yep, Paul Wilson kind of centered on around. Bummer.
Yes, and he, I would venture to say, is not going to have the luxury of a fast repair.
No. Fortunately, his spin was just single. It did not involve multiple cars. His car just stepped sideways here. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think he checked up or may have bumped the back end of Brett Guzik there. Goes on around, and everybody else is able to just separate around him. Great job not rotating completely down the track. And Connor Gibson might have been in some trouble there. David Lakey still fighting a little bit of connection issues out there. All right. Stella, we are working on transforming out there our tower. Our drivers in green are the ones in the playoffs, trying to match their spoilers.
Okay.
I believe,
That's pretty nifty.
yeah. Jackson Knock, though. I'm showing a white spoiler currently.
I believe Guzik did not change his spoiler either.
Let's check.
If I...
Nope.
Bing. Bing.
It should look like that. Just straight.
Yes. Yes.
Aha. That's a joke on Ethan Sikorsky here. For wrecking it up. Come on, Ethan. Get out of trouble out there, buddy.
Actually, it matches the front, so it's all right.
LAT Racing is bringing you another fine caution flag out here tonight. I believe it's only 4 drivers currently who have yet to pit in this race. That's going to go to Cody Welch, Ricky Hart, Jackson Knock, and Brandon Jackson. Now, oddly enough, yeah, Brandon Jackson. How in the world did he not pit?
He did not at the beginning.
That showed 2.1 seconds down pit lane. And I wonder if he, I don't know, control F4 out there, and that way he goes. And now he's back to it. Now he ended up a lap down, not quite sure. So, now, if you are Ricky Hart or Jackson Knock and you're starting next to the 85 machine out here, you should have a pretty good idea.
He's going to stomp him.
Well, when he's stomping on it. I think that would be the thing right now is we're seeing how well Cody Welch is getting off to these restarts. And he waits till that front end starts aiming toward the line and hammers it. So now would be a good time to start in the right gear, most likely second for these guys. And once they get going, just hammer down and let her rip.
Happens to Betsy. Ricky Hart's having
yeah, I think he's trying to make sure he's ready.
There.
Definitely wants to make sure he's ready here. Now watch how Cody Welch does here. See, gets it aimed, goes, and is able to get a launch there, out by almost 5 car lengths before he can head into turn number 1. Notice the mashup here. We've already got somebody mushing up top with the 30s around.
There he is.
Guzik's caught.
Carter Phillips, Bob Berry.
Well, no caution involved here. 30 machine has got a lot of damage.
Yes.
There it is.
There he is.
30 then turns and hits the wall. I'm wondering, he's trying to knock some debris on the track.
Oh, it had called before he did that, but yeah. It's like, if I'm going to get bashed, I might as well get totaled.
All right, Carter Phillips coming down in pieces.
Let's
take a look here.
Number 7.
Bob Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, oddly enough, he is already spinning by the time we get here. This is when they say they called the caution, but this is actually much later, and that's why I was wondering here, as you see him getting in the back of Ricky Hart, heading into the turn. As soon as he, pushes Ricky Hart, you see Hart having a sidestep it there.
He is.
Hart able to straighten up, and the worst place you can be is high side. Brett Guzik finds that out. He gets nudged.
Yeah, but that's not bad. He's avoiding that one.
Not bad. Look at the 81 having a quick switch up there. So John Osborne able to avoid that one, but Bob Berry cannot.
David Lakey makes it around. Ooh, Lacey. Okay. I was going to say, he's finally back on the lead lap. Don't go running into... Yep, I don't get that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Redmond out there is saying the number 30's had a bad night here tonight.
Yeah.
I guess, Stella, when we look at it, we've had enough cautions to put our number 7 back onto the lead lap.
Yes.
So Benjamin Lacey is actually...
in 11th.
Yeah, well, he had his crash back on lap 4.
Yes.
So almost 40 laps later, lead lap sitting 11th. So he may be able to resurrect his race, come back. He's just got to stay out of trouble out there.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, he's got to do something. He's the only Pontiac out there.
It was like either first or last. Everybody else in between is fair game, it appears.
Right. I know, I almost want to circle out there and figure out what happened and how Brandon Jackson is sitting in fourth. All right, Jackson Knock has seen it enough. Let's see. Much better. Looks like Knock got it under control. He saw what he needed to do. Little tire spin here. He's going to end up running out of room where the 99's pinched in. Goes down there, gives a little bop there to Ricky Hart. And, all right, we got one turn. Let's see if we can get another one here. Boy, look how everybody's sending in. Paul Wilson. Yeah, Ethan Sikorsky full send through. He accelerates through the center of the turn. That's going to cause the accordion effect to the back. And almost 4 wide as Guzik sends it down to the bottom. Guzik having to make a huge check up there. And Paul Wilson, I think, stomped on the brakes a little too hard.
Yes, but he's held it. He's back going in the north-south direction.
Yep. Well, Wilson may have to back off that front brake bias there. It looks like every time he steps on the brakes, the back end wants to send him on around. Let's get back up front where the action's at here. Is right now I'm looking at, yes, that should be Kevin Foster out here. Battling for the 6th position as Ethan Sikorsky has it. Sikorsky loose.
What on earth? Oh, my goodness.
Sikorsky into the wall here. That is not going to bring out a caution. But just enough to make him mad, but I think he's going to get one now. Oh, dog.
Yes,
loses the front end. There's the debris.
We have caution number 8.
Oh, my gosh. So Ethan Sikorsky's Monte Carlo gets a not a facelift but a face removal there as he ends up slipping around out there on the track. Oh, come on, man. What?
He may be out here having a little extracurricular communication.
Well, I know for certain that 94 machine is not going up and nudging the 82 there of Paul Wilson.
No.
I'm fairly certain he knows better than that. All right, let's take a look at what gets him loose again here. Yeah, Paul Wilson goes down there and nudges.
Yes.
Bottom of that yellow line.
And we seem to have wholesale pit patrol going.
Say, it should be pit stop time.
Including our leader, Cody Welsh.
All right, Patsy Steele. Glad you could make it here.
Nice. He's still out there. He's still running.
Yep.
David's in 5th right now. Not bad at all.
Yeah, David has actually been able to avoid a good chunk of tonight's race.
Oh, yeah.
Avoiding, that is.
Oh, avoiding the race. No, avoiding the wrecks in the race. But
yeah, well, the wrecks have been most of this race. A lot of guys getting mashed up out there. As we are up to our 8th caution here before we reach halfway. Mark Allen Bivens out there saying, oh, he's seen that before. Especially with what's happened there with Mr. Sikorsky.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if he is hinting at either Mr. Sikorsky's
might be.
Yeah, I'm trying to
taking a look at.
Yeah, like you said, his extracurricular choices, maybe, after the fact, or Paul Wilson going up and nudging him there. Now, a couple of drivers who have been having a good bit of trouble here tonight is Paul Wilson out there in the 82 and the 30 out there of Carter Phillips. Well, Carter Phillips has been having a tough night.
I think I would credit both of them with 2 of our 8 cautions each.
You saying they're half the problem? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Oh. Yes, I guess I did.
All right. Wow. Stella, you should be
Yep.
ashamed of yourself. Well,
Well,
Richmond does bring out a lot of tempers here. It is short track racing, so this is to be expected.
Yeah, but we are still, like you say, we are on pavement. These guys should not be slinging around like they're in one of those crazy wingdings. No.
All right, let's try to get this going again. This one not going to be started by Cody Welch here. He's down in the 6th, 7th position. So Knock is going to get the start off here as him and Brandon Jackson showing the only ones yet to pit.
Wow.
Look at this. Yeah, right now, Brandon Jackson, may have yet to pit here, but boy, is in a bad spot. Little smash to the wall there. Look at Lakey getting squeezed.
Yes.
Yeah, Lakey in a bad spot. Barry taking a look to the outside.
So's Guzik.
Yep. Yeah, right now, I think Lakey's trying to play it safe here. Can he avoid any wrecks that are getting ready to happen? I feel something's going on. Guzik is on the move. He's up to 9th.
Yeah, he seems to have the knack for this track. Not to be confused with the knock for this.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, checking the look here. Right now, Guzik is able to hold on there. Would say very, very difficult out there, and it's nothing against Brett Guzik's line here, but Wilson into it again.
Dang it.
Well, Wilson is trying to accelerate through these turns. I think he sees somebody starting to pass him out the passenger window and starts accelerating. And that is the pass me, don't pass me kind of attitude.
Yeah. In horse racing, that's okay. In car racing, it gets a little touchy, especially when there's somebody 2 feet in front of you.
Yeah, right now, Paul Wilson sitting currently in 11th. Looks like a little too heavy there for David Lakey. That's going to drop him down to 14th. Connor Gibson goes ahead and fights on around him. Let's get back up front where we see Brett Guzik passing Kevin Foster. That's for the 6th spot. Knockout in front by half a second over top of John Osborne. And Lacey is back to the 3rd position. Not bad there. So the filming of the Wild Machine, Real Earth, is back to his original qualifying position after over 50 laps. Being 3 laps down, has been able to recover. Yeah, the only driver that's multiple laps down here is Bill Harkins, currently sitting 8 down. There's some trouble out there on the track. Sean Britt, looking, he's back here pretty far. Right now, hard to take that away, especially when he had the top.
All right. I don't want to say anything, but go.
No, don't. No, we're still doing a pretty good job here. This is Benjamin Lacey looking for spot number 2. Taking the inside there as it looks like the Pepsi machine's on the outside. John Osborne gets a good run off that front stretch. Can he carry it on through Benjamin Lacey? Yep, there it is. Gets in a little too hot and decides to check up. Good job. Cody Welch watching all this from behind. Let's sit inside. You see Stella sitting inside of these 87 cars. Not a whole lot of safety around these guys, but still a roll cage. Not compared to what we have in the next gens.
No, not when you've got 42 different... look at the air conditioning. See a little propeller fan? I love it.
Yep. And it does move.
Oh, it oscillates?
Yes. Well, no, the blades move. So at least
Oh, yeah.
it's a little
I
extra.
see that.
All right. But you see how Cody Welch, see how nice and steady that car is moving? Although in that rear view mirror, you can see up top, that is Brett Guzik poking around back there.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. Well, he wants to start following the fastest guy out there on the track.
Well, that would be Mr. Cody Welsh.
Yep. His best time has been a 23:43. I would say that is also help of being out front. But I think a little slip up there as it looked like Brandon Jackson was going to have an opportunity to get around Cody Welch there. but not this time. Finally getting some green flag laps here. This is going great so far. I'm waiting to see if Benjamin Lacey's going to take on Jackson Knock, and he is. Sends it down to the bottom, slides up, almost 4. Nope, 3 wide. Here it comes. Cody Welch trying to find his weak spot here, and inside he goes. Lacey's going to have the lead, but I think for only half a lap, as a perfect timed pass here by Cody Welch. Inside line, they're going to race it out to the line. That's going to go to Cody Welch there for lap number 64, led for him. So Benjamin Lacey trying to take the Brett Guzik top line, seeing if he can get the turn exit speed, and he will. Watch the speed off of this as Cody Welch is able to get a good rotation. Unfortunately, unable to rotate up another 10 feet where he wanted to be, where that car sits there of Benjamin Lacey. Lacey going to lead number 65, and now starting to put Welch in the rearview mirror as he sees Jackson Knock appear. Knock hanging there on the outside line, the 00. Right now, I think we're coming up on some lap traffic already here in the field.
I was just going to say, and what else we see is Bill Harkins there right in front, I believe.
Yep, Harkins getting ready to see drivers get a lot bigger here in the rear view. As we take a look, those are our leaders as we sit on Bill Harkins' machine. And there's Benjamin Lacey having to block that low line as Cody Welch looked like he was taking a name for it. So a lot of things we see, and we'll talk to Benjamin Lacey before. He said when you're out here racing, you get yourself a decent lead out there, and then you watch and see what happens. You start figuring out what line these guys are running behind them. Lacey finally returning back to the front. And that would definitely be a story for him to take to his buddies out there of how far you can go back and come back to the front and lead some laps here. As lap number 68, halfway complete here.
Yeah, not bad. Get himself a bonus point. That works out nicely in the playoffs.
Not bad. Now, do notice that Lacey and Welch are separating from the field. Brett Guzik sitting back here in third. Brandon Jackson is sitting fourth, and Jackson Knock sitting in fifth. Boy, I've always wanted to say that. Get those two together out there. To be able to say Brandon Jackson, Jackson Knock as for fourth and fifth. Try that 3 times fast.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I'm watching Ricky Hart. Yep, Ricky Hart getting in a little too deep. Sticks it.
There we go. Nice.
So Hart back to 8th. Out of the top 5, Brandon Jackson is the only one, I believe, who is not currently in the playoffs. Who's sitting in the top 5. Oh, yeah. Osborne switching it up there with, looks like John Osborne out there in the 81. Remember the 2 drivers who have yet to pit, Brandon Jackson.
And Knock.
Let's go ahead and check back in on our lead. Right now I see Cody Welch trying to set him up there. Getting to less than 2/10 of a second off Brendan Lacey. Great job here so far. Finally getting some green flag laps here at the Magothy HR Consulting. 113 at Richmond.
Here comes another set of lapped traffic cars.
Yep, next one up should be Carter Phillips. Phillips able to get his car back together.
Well, kind of.
Yep, Brandon Jackson, I think, went around. Set of worn tires is going to do him in.
Hold still.
Yeah, everybody going high, and it'd be a good time. Slam that thing in reverse and get down pit road as fast as you can. Uh-oh. His car stalled out.
Well, actually, he was blinking a minute ago, too, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Oh, no.
What?
I bid $300 on that hood. Okay. No more cold medicine for me.
Wait. What caused him to snap to the side here?
Goes.
Boom.
Yeah, that's Pretty normal. Unless you want to go inside and see if he did a correction.
No, he went. It did okay. All right. Yeah, Redmond out there saying this could have been way worse. It's brought to you, caution here, brought to you by LAT Racing Oils. Caution flag. Caution flag. Pit stops. Hey, are happening.
I'm going to go ahead and give LAT Racing Oils a little plug here.
That you can after our commercial break. Guys, hold on. We'll be right back.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our Simtrax broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
Caution flag is over. We are back underway. Looks like Cody Welch is going to be our first guy off of pit road here on lap number 74. Look like everybody got the piece of the information as they came on out, and they are working their way up on the track. Trying to see if they can fight their way back up to the front here, Stella, right now. I am seeing it looks pretty good there for Brett Guzik. Nobody around him, though, but it looks like Kevin Foster battling alongside the 81 of John Osborne. Osborne still hanging out there. Benjamin Lacey a little slower out there in the pits.
Oh, no.
And totaled.
Caution number 10 we have here on lap 79.
Boy. I just looked away. Was that assisted?
Maybe.
I hope not.
Doink. Doink.
Oh. Man.
Hey, we still have a third of the race. Benjamin Lacey could come back.
Yeah. Man.
This little skirt right here. Zoop. It's okay. He would have hit him more firmly if he had a front end. Luckily, it was just a scrape.
Yeah, we'll see if Benjamin Lacey ends up in the infield car care center. Unfortunately, I think that may be our first playoff driver down and out here for Richmond.
Oh.
As Lacey, I don't believe, has another fast repair. That may be the end of his night. Boy.
Well, I will keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, well, we definitely will hope we hear something from Benjamin Lacey out there. I know he's down there in Zero Foxtrot Motorsports, so we'll hold our breath right now. I know he's probably pretty upset right now, and we'll wait till he cools down. Another driver who is out of the race showing currently is Ethan Sikorsky in the 94 Chevrolet.
Oh.
Is showing him in the garage.
He snuck out without saying goodbye.
Yep, so
Tell you, I was looking at those, sorry, watching the commercial there, and some of those 785 shirts were looking pretty cool. And looking at the fact that they are leading in the team standings coming into the playoffs here, that's pretty good for them.
Yeah, we can say that. There's Carter Phillips moving up to the next position here. Carter Phillips, I believe, is down 2 laps. Hopefully we can see what we got going on out here and everything goes according to plan, I guess. Stella, I do believe. Yep, Infield Car Care Center he goes. I don't know if he's going to head straight back to the hauler. Go ahead, we'll joke about it. We'll say it's a Kyle Busch moment. All right, here we go. Cody Welch taking the green flag. Guzik sitting second. Foster up 13 here on the night. He'll be putting his Buick in that number 3 spot. Now, the ultimate towing machine in the number 8. And friend in need is Paul Wilson sitting right behind him. Paul Wilson's been in a lot of trouble here tonight. That is Lakey you see blinking there on the side. He's going to be hating that. 10 cautions here on the night. Hopefully that'll be the last of him. As we got Kevin Foster. Foster, yes. Foster looking to the inside here at Guzik. Right now seeing if he can get a slice of it here. No can do. Sit alongside here with Kevin Foster. Camera placed on the dash. No roll cage to nab a hold of out there. Oh, man. Led by Cody Welch's Monte Carlo. Got a Ford Thunderbird sitting in second here of Brett Guzik. We got a Buick sitting here in third. Still working hard out there, making something happen. Fairly certain that's a Sabre out there for the Buicks. Jay out there saying cautions breed cautions. That they do. Until there's nobody left to cause them.
Somebody needs to castrate him then. Sorry.
All right. Stella, we are here at Richmond Raceway. Jay out there is displaying the caution breed cautions, especially at RIR. And you had to correct me and yell at me during a broadcast. When did this switch off of Richmond International Raceway to get to just Richmond Raceway? Was that during a NASCAR buyout?
I want to say 17. Yeah, happy darn. 2017, renamed Richmond Raceway.
All right.
There you go.
All right, awesome job. We are still keeping an eye here on Kevin Foster. We're going to rotate just a little bit as Cody Welch is starting to get a breakaway here by a second away from the rest here of our field. Let's take a peek back here at Eddie Hagge, who's definitely trying to hang on. Start burning it up to get back there. 5 playoff drivers in the top 5. As it looks like Connor Gibson is currently sitting in 6th. Lakey's going to be our 7th place driver. Knox is 8th. Sean Britt. Hey, Sean Britt working his way back up. Not bad as the Weathermaster machine continues to churn forward.
Ricky Hart in his interestingly painted rat rod is bringing up the end of the top 10 tail.
And that is, you see Ricky Hart trying to put a little more pressure there on Sean Britt. Britt working closer here to Knock.
Which
Doc
is
now choosing the outside
risky.
line here. Yep. Doc trying to get a little more speed there, trying to see if he can get side by side there with David Lakey. Lakey on that bottom line. Sean Britt's going to choose low line as well. Nope, changes his mind. Top line. Lakey in trouble. Yeah, Lakey would love to be up there riding his fingers along the side of that wall to get a little more speed out of that machine. Not getting around him. Boy, oh boy. Hard hook there. That's going to work. Sean Britt sends it. Let's see if he can get some turn exit speed here to put something there on Knock. No can do, but Sean Britt is going to be able to clear David Lakey here as well. Great job. Let's see if we can take a look. Yep, Connor Gibson currently sitting in 7th. Sean Britt finally gets down to the bottom line. So Connor Gibson getting marched out of the 6th position there by Jackson Knox. Sean Britt to the inside. That's going to be the 31 on the outside of Connor Gibson. Gibson's been pretty quiet here as of late.
At least since lap 29.
Yep. I was gonna say, nice. That's what I was just getting ready to say. I said it's lap 29 where he was involved in that caution. Definitely not counting that one down. Cody Welch pulling away by almost 2.5 seconds. Boy, Stella, is he going to have the easy mark here, to be able to go ahead and burn on through.
17 to go.
Yeah, and come away with the race win here in the playoffs. Now, I'm fairly certain the setup here during this season, there is no winning in.
I know it wasn't during the regular season. I would be surprised if they changed it for the playoffs.
Correct. So all these guys in the green did battle in via points.
Like it.
Yeah, a couple of guys shuffling around out there, trying to see if they can fight their way back to the front. Ethan Sikorsky should be one of our playoff drivers out there as well.
If he is, you color him in green.
Yep.
Yep. He was in 7th out of our top 12.
Sorry, we'll get that fixed.
Oh, I fear not.
We'll get that fixed.
You'll need to add Connor Gibson while you're on the screen.
See, I counted 10 and I knew there were 12, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Let's see. Acha. Booyah. All right. Just a little programming on the fly there. 13 laps left to go. Jennifer pretty happy to see Cody Welch out front. Would say, is Cody Welch driving the tires off, though? If we have a late race caution, is he in trouble? We won't hold it against him if he is. I definitely want to drive away with this one, too. Get out of there. As we are now catching the tail end of the field.
Oh, no. Sure
I
are.
believe that should be Bill Harkins currently sitting there. I believe with the 82.
Paul Wilson.
Yep, Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson is on the lead lap, sitting in that 13th spot.
Jennifer is out there being very happy about the results.
Yep. All right, let's check in on a battle for second. Eddie Hagge trying to work here on Brett Guzik. Boy, this is a good shot here. Right now, you were looking at the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place drivers getting ready to send it 3 wide here with 10 to go. Whew. Yeah, looking pretty close. Right now, Jay out there is on the edge. So is Mama Goose, seeing if Brett can hold out. I'm going to say, I'd be really surprised to see the Magothy HR Consulting machine not make the top podium position.
Yeah, he's got to give himself a shout out tonight.
Yeah, great job here so far. Right now he's down in the fourth, 9 to go. Matt Crockett out there is once going ahead and notating that Cody Welch's restarts were on point tonight. Definitely perfection. Yep, he definitely had it on a roll there. Great job there by Cody Welch. Only visiting pit road twice tonight. The final time being on lap number 74, and that is when it counted.
Yeah, and I believe looking at his time in pits, probably 4 tires and fuel.
Yes.
All right.
We'll check back in on these guys. I think right now this is Bob Berry looking to get around Connor Gibson. Berry sending that Tide machine there on the inside. Door to door as they exit 4. Bob
Foster
Berry
just trying to stay out of trouble.
Yep. Foster currently sitting just outside the top 10 as Gibson loses the position. Right now, Bob Berry sends it a little heavy through 1 and 2. I have to get pretty close here as Connor Gibson taking another look. Let's check back in on our leaders here. That is John Osborne sliding into the second position. Right now, I think 97 of Eddie Hagge is wondering if John Osborne could hold him up just a little bit. I'm hoping. Checking in. Yeah, it doesn't look like the crew chief's too happy right now with Eddie Hagge. He might have burned up his tires trying to get around him earlier. I don't know if he's got anything left for him there.
Well, he's staying in contention here, right? With only 5 laps to go. Maybe he's doing just a little bit of conserving for that last dash.
Yep. Right now, this is the battle for that third spot. John Osborne passed him, not looking back. Got at least a decent lead, at least 6, now 7 tenths out in front of Brett Guzik. So Guzik trying to hold on to a third-place finish here. Watch that 97 machine. You see he's definitely tearing up those right side tires, trying to get around him.
Oh, yeah, he is pulling down.
Off the gas way early here. On it, there's the Guzik mistake.
Not enough.
But, well, Hagge didn't rotate up the track. Yeah, if he had gone up the track, he'd have had a little more speed to catch him here. There you go, like that. Nice. 2 to go. So we are sitting currently with our 4th place driver here of Eddie Hagge.
That's
Hagge
John
trying to
Osborne.
see if he
You
can get
in the front of your screen, and Cody Welch is off the reservation.
Yep. He'll be taking the white flag this time by. Right now, yep, he should be crossing the line. And now looking to see if Hagge's got anything for him. Watch for Hagge to switch it up. Yep, he takes it a lot higher this time. He's going to end up with a turn exit speed. Trying to see if he can catch him. No, I don't think he's going to have enough. Let's check back here with Cody Welch. He's not going to put the 82 a lap down. That's going to give him the win moving back. And that is Brett Guzik finishing in 3rd. Very close. I think just about a 10th off Hagge of getting him. Eleven drivers finish on the lead lap of this race tonight. Cody Welch going to be our first playoff driver to win it. I see a green spoiler, so it should count. Keep you guys updated on Brett Guzik here as the not currently showing that green spoiler out there. So we'll hopefully, like I said, we'll cross our fingers. Hopefully everything's looking good. Crockett saying that was a mic drop moment here for Welch coming away with that win. righty, Stella. As we were watching the burnouts here from Cody Welch. Oh, man, tell me if that's a DQ. Boy, that
Not
would be
having
something.
the banner?
No, doing the burnout while there was still somebody on the field. So right now that's
Jiminy
Sean
Christmas.
Britt sitting 7th, so we'll hold our breath. I think we had a problem with that earlier in the season.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, here are our guys who ended up and where they ended up finishing. Once again, there's no better time than now. Yes, they may be in the playoffs, but you can definitely join up here with the Bandit Racing League. If you think you can hang with these guys and put down some laps, I'll definitely be excited to see you come out here. You'll be able to get out here, get some shout-outs from your sponsors. See if you can put Cody Welch in the wall. No, I'm just kidding. But no, be able to go out there and give these guys a good run for their money and definitely be able to have a great time, especially with the way these guys play out here. These guys definitely work hard, and I think they deserve a little recognition, and we'll talk to our drivers here in just a moment, guys. Hold on, and we'll be right back.
Hey there, Bandit Racing League fans. Marshall Crocker Jr. here, talking to you all about GeezerAuthentics.com, your place for official Bandit Racing League merchandise. Let's check out some of our hot new items, including the Jackson Knock t-shirts that come in a variety of sizes and colors, just the same as our new 785 Racing hoodies. They come in a variety of colors to keep you warm and toasty this winter season. You can also see our Simtrax broadcasting merch to rep your favorite broadcaster, with some desk pads and some water bottles and various other merchandise, as well as our GFR Racing team shirts to rep each and every driver on one of the best teams in Bandit. Go check out GeezerAuthentics.com to see how you can support the series and your favorite drivers.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
All right, everybody, catch up with the third place finisher here. Brett Guzik in that number 3 spot. Hard fought, especially right there at the end. Dude, talk to me about the seesaw out there. We had to battle back a little bit. We had to battle back to the front. Bumping and banging out there. Doors getting smashed in. Talk to me about this race.
Yeah, it seemed like I was out there pretty good as far as like not getting into too many incidents. There's maybe like 1 or 2 there in the early part of it that, kind of got me caught up in it. Got a little bit of damage, but really wasn't the reason or anything that the car wasn't fast or anything. But we kind of ran there, and I was kind of doing a bit of experimenting. I was trying to, see if I could get off strategy on some people and trying to find any advantage that I could. But seemed like after maybe like 5 laps on tires, they obviously went away, but I could never really get the balance of the car right, and couldn't really make a whole lot of pace after lap 5, so I really had to win on the restarts, and we did enough of that to run third.
Man, awesome job, though, as this definitely working hard out there. Right now, I would say when Eddie Haggy was battling against you, I noticed you changed your race line a little bit. You were kind of doing the high-low-high, definitely riding high through the turns and trying to get some speed on those stretches. But once Eddie Hagge started applying some pressure out there in the 97 Chevrolet, it was pretty hard fighting, especially in those last 10 laps.
Yeah, that last run, I was really at the mercy of just like how much pace I could get out of my car. The balance wasn't quite doing it exactly what I wanted it to. It would sort of like fishtail in the center, and it was like kind of like a tight, loose tight, and that's like the worst thing that you can have at this track. You kind of want to be like loose, tight, loose, whatever you want to call that. Kind of want to be a little bit more loose and only worry about the tight part of the track, basically, and the center for the most part. But we really just didn't have quite the balance there on the last run, and I was just kind of holding on, just trying not to blow the tires off of it or do something silly. So it's really just the first maybe half of the race that we had a competitive car, but we got to here. So
all right, New Hampshire, what are your thoughts?
I forget what car is it. This car? I forget.
No, I believe it's the
Xfinity.
Xfinity.
Okay, Xfinity. I feel pretty good about New Hampshire as long as it wasn't this car. But yeah, I feel pretty good about New Hampshire. It resembles a lot of tracks that I grew up racing on, so I feel like I can have some sort of competitive advantage there.
All right, well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for you there, Brett Guzik. Go and give me a shout-outs, man.
Yeah, just like to thank you guys at Simtrax for putting this on every week. Y'all do a great job. Bill Harkins for putting up with us and putting on this league every week. Kevin Foster and all his partners. Perfect Shine Auto Spa is one of them. And just everybody watching tonight.
All right, Brett Guzik, congratulations on your third place finish here. One of the 3 playoff drivers to make it. We'll see what you got for us in New Hampshire.
Yep, thanks.
All right, so New Hampshire. That is going to be an ugly track to head to. But first, let's go ahead and talk to John Osborne out there in the Pepsi machine to see how he felt here about Richmond. John, talk to me about it, dude.
Well, I personally love Richmond, and I love this car. I just wish we could have gotten, quite a bit more green flag racing. There's a lot of guys that like to just, really charge the corners, and that's what was killing a lot of people. They just, if you send it into the turn, you weren't going to be able to hold it, and you're going to lose the back end, and that's what happened quite a bit tonight. I know the 82, I think, self-spun like 4 times, was it? I mean,
yep.
we were joking in the chat. I was like, man, poor Patrick up there. He's probably not having fun.
Well, no, it was all right. I was wondering if there was any way you could change the brake bias enough to get that rear end to stop, but who knows? He could have been hitting it hard enough. He ended up drifting out there. I would say, weighing between the 87s and the next-gen cars, you've got to drive them differently. You guys are out there on the 10.5-inch wheels right now, so braking is a lot harder to do than when you were in the next gens that have more low-profile tire that you can dive into the turns a lot harder. And you think maybe that was what was catching these guys a little off guard?
Yeah, I mean, with the older technology that the 87 has, which barely had any technology, yeah, you're right. I mean, as far as braking is concerned, the next gen also does not like to brake under steer. So that car likes to brake in a straight line. But with the wider tires, it can save you, and so you can kind of charge the turns a little bit harder. With this car, you have to back up your entry so far. And this car definitely still wants to brake in a straight line. So if you've got a lot of wheel in it and you hit that brake, man, that back end is coming right around. Toward the end of the race there, man, I wish we could have just gone green for like 50 laps, because I would have loved to have been able to play with the brake bias. And as the car tightened up, to start, lowering it down. But what I was doing, I don't know if you were in my car at all toward the end of the race, I was diamonding one to where I was, kind of entering in high and then just turning down low, where I had a straight drive off down the backstretch. And so when I was able to get past, Brett and Eddie there, I just flat pulled away from them.
Yeah.
because it just allowed me, having that straighter drive off just allowed me to be able to stay in the throttle, and I wasn't losing that right rear to any spin. But man, I needed about, if I could have gotten past Brett and Eddie, maybe 6-7 laps before that, I might have had a shot at Cody there. Now getting to him would have been one thing, but getting by him would have been another. And I'm not going to turn a guy, but really appreciate Brett there not turning me when I drifted up there. I didn't know he was as tight on my right rear as he was when I was entering one there. But overall, I got in that wreck early when Connor spun, and I just these cars don't stop, Patrick. And I was on the brake, and I just T-boned him. I had to use my fast repair, so I was trying to be careful, but as many cautions as we were getting, I was like, man, if I get up to the front, I'm just gonna have to push, because you just can't get back you can't go in the back, because you just never know if you're gonna make it back up front. So that's what happened, and it worked out for us. Would have liked to finish one position ahead, but I'll take a second in the first race of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, it brought you up 6 places in the driver standings in this one race, so not bad at all.
Where did I?
Second.
I'm sitting second right now.
You are right behind Cody Welsh.
Woo, boy, let's go. Hey, I want to say it's really good to be back up here. This has been a very frustrating season, to say the least. I know those bonus points probably helped me there during the points reset, but I'm very, very happy to be running good and actually finish one where I don't get totaled out some other way.
Well, you survived this race, but New Hampshire's next week. I would say a flat track. If we had problems here, we moved the Xfinities at least. Brett's feeling pretty good about that. I mean, New Hampshire has been hot or cold for some leagues. I've had the most cautions, over 32, at New Hampshire, and I've had some go only with 2. I mean, how do you foresee that going?
Well, with the way that the Xfinity car is set up now, when they changed it a little bit, kind of tightened it up a little bit. I like the flat tracks. I feel like I've learned as far as braking points and a little bit more smooth steering inputs. With the Xfinity, the way it is just a little bit tighter, depending on how Bill sets up the session next week. If we've got a lower air temp and a low track temp, there'll probably be a good bit of grip. But if that track temp is over 100 degrees or 115, oh boy, we're gonna be on a slip and slide out there. I like New Hampshire. It's a very technical track, and you've got to be able to be consistent, hit the same thing, every lap in order to save your tires and also make speed. But I like New Hampshire. I'm up for the challenge. I just hope, like what you were just saying there about cautions, that we can get some good green flag racing next week. But looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, well definitely. I know guys used to use the money shift if it's in the next gens, but they're only going to be in an H pattern next week. John Osborne, congratulations getting your Monte Carlo up to the number 2 position here tonight. Not too bad here for the first round here of the playoffs. Shout out time. Oh
yeah, so I want to shout out my team, Foxtrot. I appreciate David inviting me in 2 seasons ago. It's been a lot of fun. I know him and Connor didn't have the greatest of nights. Connor was, well, he was kind of doing some loop-de-loos out there. But I want to thank them for having me on their team. I know Hayden hasn't been; he's kind of been in and out. But Hayden, wherever you're at, if you're watching, miss you, buddy. And I don't know if Curtis is out policing out or not, but thank them. Thank Bill for putting the league on. Everything he's got going on in his life. I appreciate him. My mom and dad are not watching tonight. Unfortunately, my dad had an accident, and he's been in the hospital for the last week and a half. And been praying for my dad, and I wish that him and my mom could have watched tonight. My dad's in the hospital. My mom's sick with the flu, so it's this is a good one for them. So I can't wait to tell them what happened. But also want to say I appreciate y'all up here in the booth and what y'all do week in and week out. And And so happy to be back up here. Hopefully we can be doing this again next week or quite a few times during these playoffs. Maybe I can bring
There
home a
you go.
championship. I think that's the goal now. Like, moving from 8th to 2nd, that's pretty good. So I don't know how many points I'm behind Cody,
Oh yeah.
but I'll
2?
take a look at. I'm 2 points behind Cody.
You got a chance. You've got a chance.
Yes.
The only thing I'm going to
Yeah, he's
recommend is,
at,
John, you better show up. I'm going to walk you.
Listen. My confidence right now is through the roof. So it's I went from just kind of like meandering. I'm like, all right, okay. Well, thank you for that info. I'm going to be on cloud 9 for the rest of the night. So but yeah, appreciate all y'all
seat.
do up here. Say that again.
Save me a seat.
Yeah, I'll be flying up there. It's raining here, so anything above the clouds, I guess it's probably dry up there. But
There you go.
all right. Well, hey, listen. I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and look forward to next week.
All right.
bet.
Appreciate you, John. Congratulations. We'll see how you do.
Yeah, and congrats to Cody on the win. He was fast all night.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're definitely going to ask him how and why. Good luck, buddy.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Too. All right. Man, oh, man. John Osborne pretty happy. And that may be something we may ask Cody Welch about, as he ended up pulling away and coming away with the win here tonight. Cody, all right, you're only ahead in the points by 2, but an awesome win here tonight. Talk to me about this race.
Yeah, man, everything was good. Went my way. I love these cars, and the setup tonight with the track temp, it was perfect. The car didn't feel tight, didn't feel super loose. I was able to drive it how I wanted to, save the tires, and drive away from those guys. So wish there wasn't so many cautions, but you'll have that on short tracks, especially with these cars. They're not like the Xfinity or the next gens that we drive. They're totally different.
Yeah.
So getting a handle of them can be tough sometimes. So, but yeah, overall, good night. Happy to have the points lead still.
It definitely tested your restart abilities tonight. You were able to get a good launch and take away and take off this race. A lot of guys have been playing chase a good chunk of the night, but when you came out of pit, it looked like you came out of pit a little bit late. Ended up somewhere back in the 7th position and had to fight your way back to the front. I mean, were you nervous? Because that seemed to be a hotbed of a lot of problems out there tonight.
I was. I knew, it was like, lap 45 or 48 or something when I came down the pit road. I was like, man, I don't want to keep staying out. And, all these guys behind me have fresher tires, and they end up driving around me if this thing goes green. So I was like, I'll come in, I'll get 4 tires. And actually, to come out 7th, I thought I'd come out like 10th or 11th, but my math was wrong. So coming out 7th wasn't that bad, but I knew, I was in the hornet's nest back there, and I wanted to get around those guys as quick as I could on the restart, and it worked out. I was able to. And, from there, just, would be patient and, wait for my opportunities to make passes and kind of let the race come back to me. And that's what happened, and I got back on the lead and was able to just drive away from those guys. So felt pretty good.
Yeah, the back out in 7th, that may have been after the lap 79 caution that took Benjamin Lacey out. I knew you were following behind him and Guzik. You were once you guys got over 3-4 wide, you took a double shot there, man, and slung on around. That was an excellent choice. How do you, when you're racing, find that opportunity? Or I don't know. How do you find that's a good idea? You know what I mean? Most guys would look and go, absolutely not. I'm not going to take that chance. We've already got enough trouble here tonight. And you just say, you know what? I'm going to take this Monte Carlo. We're going to stab it down into the bottom, and let's see how she holds. I mean,
yeah, that was kind of my mindset. I had a run on those guys, and then coming up on Ben, he was like a half car, maybe 3/4 of a car up from the yellow line, and I was hooking the bottom the entire night, and that's just where it was fast. So I was set up, and I had the run. So, and if I have a run and I know I could do it clean, I'm going to take it. So I did, and I was able to pull up next to him and almost get the job done, passing him there, but I decided to back it off a little bit and just, try to conserve tires and maybe drive around the run went longer, but caution came out. I got ahead of him again on pit road and got back to the lead there. So, but yeah, sometimes, when opportunities present themselves, you just got to send it in for the best, and I'm not afraid to. So that's kind of how I do it.
How in the world do you plan on sending it in at New Hampshire? Flat track, you're not going to really have any banking to save you there.
Yeah, a lot of rear brake bias, so I can get the rear end kind of around and the front end set out of the corner, so I can get a good straight line shot. But it'll be probably one line the entire race, and whoever can save their tires the best is going to win that one. If we can keep it clean and stay green, which I think we can with these cars. So that'll be the game plan. We'll see how it works out. I got to qualify good, run good, and stay out of trouble. So it's a long race.
And that's something we don't mention enough is qualifying position. You've got to qualify really well, especially at these short tracks, or you end up in a whole lot of trouble there in the back. A lot of guys turned into magnets tonight. I think they had decent opportunities. It's very unusual to see guys go from the back all the way up to the front. But, Benjamin Lacey, he ended up 3 laps down, got back onto the lead lap, battled up there for second and third place and got knocked out. Brett Guzik and John Osborne to do much of the same. They fell all the way back and were able to fight their way back to the front. But excellent job here, Cody Welch. You lead the points by 2. John Osborne's feeling pretty confident now, and he was a factor to be messed with last year when you weren't here. You're back to assume your position back in the championship spot, and we'll see how you do, man. I can't wait to see what the rest of this season has for you, but New Hampshire will be next. Cody Welch, shout-out time.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who watched this tonight, first round of the playoffs. I take this seriously. I think all the drivers here take this real seriously on Wednesday nights, and we all want to win. So thanks for supporting us and watching. Thanks for you guys for the broadcast, and Bill for everything he does over at Bandit, and everything for everyone they do over there. It's a lot of work to keep this thing going, and it's appreciated. I really enjoy it on Wednesday nights. And thanks to Jennifer for letting me do this every Wednesday. Appreciate it, honey.
Attaboy. And your rig made it 2 laps. If it had failed 2 laps earlier, we wouldn't be talking to you now.
Yeah, so my rig's in my basement. My stepdaughter's room is right next to it on the same circuit. And if she has a heater going or she has a blow dryer going, it doesn't take long and it pops. So luckily it didn't happen during the race. That would have been really upsetting. But nope, it's all good. Just got a reminder on Wednesdays to not use anything in her room.
Oh boy. Man, well, that's going to make breakfast tomorrow morning a little sketchy.
Time for a home run outlet.
Yeah, I know. I need to.
All right, Cody Welch, congratulations on your win, buddy, and we'll see how you do next week.
Thanks, man.
All right, Stella, we saw it, and he did it. Definitely able to come back, and especially in an amazing way. I just don't know how he's able to figure out when to pit and when not to pit. How does he not, end up pitting, down in 14th, and then getting caught up in a wreck? I mean, I think sometimes it's a whole lot of luck, and I think it's just a little bit of strategy sometimes when you get to these short tracks.
Yeah, well, you're looking at luck, you're looking at perseverance, you're looking at planning. It all comes in. I mean, we were looking at 73 green laps and 40 caution laps on this race, so he could have picked any time, but he picked the right time.
Yeah, and they clumped all back together. We're hoping a lot of guys out there are able to fix some of their equipment out there and get some of those things squared away. All righty, Stella, that should do it here for us tonight. Is this... that should be it. Magothy HR Consulting 113 has come to a close here at the Richmond Raceway. Excellent race here. Cody Welch, John Osborne, and Brett Guzik 1, 2, and 3. Eddie Hagge peeking just on the outside, sitting 4th. And Jackson Knock with a top 5 finish. Not bad, especially for starting 7th as well. All right, that's going to do it for us here at Simtrax Broadcasting, bringing you the Bandit Racing League here on this fine Wednesday night. Tune in next week for New Hampshire. Until then, be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll see you then.